Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Max, and right now I'm on the holidays. I was thinking I'd get some good sketchbook time done in the holidays, but I've done none. I have done absolutely nothing in my sketchbook for the entirety of the holidays, because I've just not had any ideas, and I guess that must be a common thing. People just don't have ideas sometimes, so I sat down and I wrote out a long list of all the things I could do in my sketchbook, and I wanted to share some with you today because I thought, why not lend a helping hand to the art community? So yep, today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 different things that you can do in your sketchbook if you've run out of ideas. So let's get into the video. Alright, new page. The first idea of the day is involving colouring pages. So colouring pages little kids use, probably associate them with when you were small, but they're actually really cool, and if you get some good ones, you can make really cool art with them. So I got my light box out and I traced these from a colouring book I had when I was very small, and as you can see, this is not really small people material to colour in. So I never did any. Yeah, so you want to grab some of these, you want to cut them out, trace them, photocopy them, whatever you want, and you want to get them and arrange them in your sketchbook. Get like 2 or 3, maybe 4, but I'm just gonna use 2, and I'm gonna stick them in like that, I think, so they're overlapping, and then he's spilling onto that page a bit. Right, stuck them in, and now you want to colour them in. When you're doing this, you can put some like non-colouring in things down as well. Like you could put in some post-it notes just to like block a few things out, make it look more interesting. But I don't have a lot of time to do all of my ideas that I want to show you today. So that's why this is looking a bit more simple than I would have hoped. But it's okay. It is a new day and I have finished this. It did take me like a whole afternoon to do, but that's fine. I put some right in here because otherwise it would be empty and I'd feel bad about leaving it. Right, so on to idea number 2, which is going to be Zentangles. And you've probably heard of Zentangles before. They are like little pattern things. They're like little squares or shapes and they've got like a pattern inside them. I'll put some examples up on the screen. But you'll see in a minute, because I'm going to do some now. What you want to do is draw some boxes, except they don't have to be square, they can be like whatever shape you want. I'm going to put some triangle shapes in, I think. And these are what the Zentangles are going to go in. You can just draw some regular square boxes if you want to. This is your sketchbook, you can do whatever you want in it. Right, that's done then. And now what you want to do is fill in these with just a solid colour. You don't have to do this bit, but it does make your Zentangles look a lot more interesting if you do them in all different colours. So I'm going to get some highlighters out, some aesthetic highlighters, and I'm going to highlight all the different boxes. Finished. It's a little patchy in places, but I'm hoping that the Zentangles are going to get rid of that. So what you want to do is basically come up with sort of patterny looking things. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. So, for example, quite a common one is you find a shape and you just draw the shape again inside it, but at a slight angle. So like, I'll show you. I messed that bit up a bit there, that's alright. And you just keep doing that until the whole space is covered. Alright, all finished. It took quite a long time, but it was very fun. I very enjoyed it. And I did a page here of what it might look like if you did it with squares and without the colours. So as you can see, it still looks very cool, and you don't have to do this. I think this looks cool too. I think my favourite ones are probably this one, and this one here. Alright, fresh page, and now we're going to start idea number 3, which is inside outside. So what I mean by that is you draw the inside of something, for example a house or a car, and then once you finish that you draw the outside of it on top of it, but differently somehow, so you can still see the inside bit. And I'm gonna be edgy, I'm gonna be doing this with someone's face, so I'm gonna draw a skull and then a face over the top of it. I'm not sure how it's gonna look, but we're gonna give it a go anyway. It is so bad. I hate it. It's painful to look at. It's actually painful. Anyway, I'm not gonna do another one here because it's just gonna make it look worse. So we're gonna move on to the next one, number 4. I think we're on now, which is I'm calling it paper layering, but there's probably a better name for it. And it's very simple. You're literally just grabbing bits of paper and cutting them into shapes and then layering them on top of each other to look cool, and then drawing on top of it. So it's really very simple and very easy, and shouldn't take too long. And this one's bad as well. Oh well, at least it sets the bar nice and low for you guys at home. I used this sort of gold pen to do some butterflies. Didn't really work, didn't really have enough decent materials to pull off what I was envisioning. But oh well, life goes on. I'm just gonna never open that page up ever again and keep it closed forever. Right, I think we're on to number 5 now, so we're halfway. And this one is, the difficulty kind of depends on what you're doing, but it's like a hybrid thing. So you have 2, I'm gonna say animals would be easiest, and you just like squash them together. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might do several things, because I kind of want to do a hyena with a bear, because those are kind of like my 2 favorite things at the moment. I also kind of want to do a cat one, because I like cats too. So we'll just see where that goes, and I'll show you in the end. Hello, me again, just popping a little voiceover in because there was a lot of footage for this one. Turns out I was getting a little over-invested in this and I spent a good couple hours on this. I ended up doing some sea hybrid creature things. I did a sea lion, which I think was just a lion and a shark, and I did a ibis and a octopus as well. That was fun. And I had a lot of fun with that. I'm kind of into the sea monsters at the moment, especially anglefish. They're my favourite. That's why you can see the little dingle-dangle lights. And what I'm just starting to draw here is a billy goat and a Chinese dragon and a Loch Ness monster. I guess that kind of works. So after I added in the line art, I got a watercolor pen thing and I did some watercolors. And this pen, I didn't know that it had this function. I thought it was just like a blending thing. It was like it's a colorless blender, that's what it was labeled. But you can fill the little tube thing up with water and just use it as like a normal brush, but except you don't need to put water on the watercolors, it just does it for you. And it was so cool and I loved it. It was really good for blending. It's finished and it's glorious. I'm sorry, I have a strange throat thing you may have heard in previous voice recordings. I love this so much. This is just so cool. I love this guy. He needs a name, but I always think of really stupid names unless I take a long time, so I'll be thinking about that in a minute. These were so fun. This was all just so fun. I did some of the blending with the paint, but most of it was with a pencil afterwards. You can see on these things there's a little bit of dark green on them, and on here there's purple over here. I added some fishies in, and I put this sort of black fade thing on the top and the bottom just to make it look like it's deep in the ocean. I don't know if that worked. It looks cool anyway. And I just love this. This is so cool. So I'll move on. It's a little bit of a mark there, messed the page up a bit. But number 6 is going to be a nice and easy one. Well, supposedly nice and easy. It's fairly easy, but it looks cool. I'm calling it silhouettes. So what you want to do, paint a silhouette or like draw a silhouette that takes up most of the page, and then within that silhouette, oh, that needs to be colored, by the way, it needs to be a colored silhouette. Within that silhouette you then do another one in black, and that's what I'm going to be doing today, and it's going to look very cool. I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. It was quite fun to do. It was very simple. I did a sort of fade thing on the first one, and then I just used black on the second one, and I put some stars in because there was just some space there. Anyway, next one of the day is going to be 50-50 face, is what I'm calling it. So basically, what you want to do is draw a line down the middle of your page, and then you want to draw someone, like half of someone's face on this side and then half of a different person's face on this side. Or you could do one person's face but it's in like maybe pencil on one side and then paint on the other. Something like that I think would be really cool. So I'm gonna get stuck into that now. here it is, all finished. Words. I did a background of black, and then I went around the edge with a correction fluid pen. These are two of my characters called Lucius and Star. Lucius...
he likes to set fire to things.
Star is a thing I made up called a celestial. Celestials are basically all-powerful, genderless beings that can shapeshift. So yeah, Star can turn into a cat and basically hides in cat form to observe civilization and such, which is cool. And this is more my style and what I do than this is. I think it's quite cool to have these on pages next to each other, because this is like, I've literally got nothing in my book that's similar to this. I just did it because I felt like it. Felt like doing something different. Alright, idea number 8 is a very fun one. I just did 9. That's not 8. This is 8. There we go. Is a idea that's quite creative. You've got quite a lot of freedom with it, I'd say. Basically take something that is not a human, for example, correction fluid pen, and then make it a human. Like, make a character based on something that is not a human. My phone camera died, so you didn't catch the last bit, but this is the finished one. I basically just couldn't decide on an idea, so I did lots of different things, and I was kind of loving the black background with the white edging idea from the last one, so I did that too on this one. And they all look a little bit deranged, not gonna lie. Bit deranged. Bit deranged.
Bit deranged.
Number 9 is gonna be abstract line and color, is what I've called it. So I've done one already. This is an example. So this fits in here like that. So you can still see that little guy. And it's basically just lines, and then you color them in. Alright, we're on to the grand finale, number 10, Interactivity. Yes, that one again. You've heard me go on about that one a lot. So, the plan is, you get something you've done on a separate piece of paper, and you fold it in half, like that. And then, you stick it in, like that. So you stick the top half in, and then it folds like that. And then on this side, better to do this way, wouldn't it? This side, you've got a whole well, you would if this hadn't bled through, but I'm gonna fix that in a sec. You've got a whole page to do something else, so I'm gonna do that now. just going to do a quick flip through now to show you everything that I have done this episode. A miniature sketchbook tour, if you will. I am interrupting your viewing for a special announcement. And no, it is not that I have had a haircut, which I have. It is that soon, very soon, I'm going to be starting a new series called Wreck This Journal. I bought this today. I'm going to have a lot of fun on the channel. It's going to be amazing. I'm very excited about this, as you can tell. Make sure you definitely watch this.